On the news tonight, Federal Executive Council approves funds for road rehabilitation. Senate urges President Buhari to declare state of emergency on security. Plus, 6 governors meet in Abeokuta over ethnicity conflicts. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Channel 12 News, brought to you live on Nta 12 Abeokuta. My name is Idarisit Adedoku. The Federal Executive Council has approved over 60 billion naira for the construction, rehabilitation, and completion of critical roads infrastructure in the Federal Capital Territory and other parts of the country for enhanced socio-economic development. Works and Housing Minister Babatunde Fashola and his counterpart, Mohammed Musa Bello, announced this while briefing journalists after the Council's meeting. State House correspondent Adam Musambo reports that funds have been approved for improved water supply.
President Muhammadu Buhari presided over the meeting, 5th for the year 2021 and 34th to be held virtually in compliance with the COVID-19 safety advisory. 11 memoranda were considered and approved by the Council, out of which 5 emanated from the FCT.
The 5 memos presented all have to do with infrastructure.
The Minister, Mohammed Musa Bello, said out of the 30 billion naira approved for roads in the FCT, 3.4 billion is to open up sections of the research district of Abuja, while 1.8 billion naira for the construction of access road and car park for the light rail station at Kagini.
Kagini is a community just by the Kubwa Expressway, and that access road is to link the station with the Kubwa Expressway, so that commuters coming into the city from that northern flank can use the facilities of the station to use the Abuja light rail into the city. The third memo, which is for infrastructure, is an augmentation of the existing contract for the Southern Parkway, which is the road under construction currently, that commences from the Christian Center right through the NTA and busting out at the Ring Road in Kawara district.
Still in the FCT, 1.4 billion naira is to be expended on the rehabilitation of Buhari Law School Road through Kuchiko to Ija, and 3.5 billion naira for Kase Feeder Road at Gwagwalada.
It's a road that is about 15 kilometers, including one bridge of 50 meters.
Works and Housing Minister Babatunde Fashola was also granted approval for the completion of Benin Ore Ajegbandele Shagamu Road at 22.8 billion naira, as well as 4.6 billion naira for the construction of a 9-way underground cable and telecommunication facility dock along Akwanga Kefi Makurdi Highway.
The third one was for the design and development of an automation process for the issuance of certificates of occupancy in respect of federal government lands. And the final one was for the construction of 4 by 20 meter span bridge at kilometer 18 along Langtang Wase Road in Plateau State for 2.867 billion.
Fika Gadaka Water Supply Project in Yobe State, started in 2003 and abandoned in 2007, is to be completed at 551.1 million naira.
We're taking a policy in the ministry that going forward, as much as possible, we'll be using solar systems to power our water schemes. And accordingly, this was done in the case of this project, plus also an extension of the pipeline to cover more areas, because between 2003 and now, obviously the two towns would have expanded.
The council has also approved the extension of consultancy services for the supervision of Jerry Earth Dam project in Katsina State, revised for completion in 2018 at 310 million naira. In the meantime, the council observed a moment of silence in honor of the late Chief Lateef Jokande, former governor of Lagos State, who served as Minister of Works under the Abacha administration. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, a total of 23 students, 3 staff, and 12 family members of Government Science College, Calabar headquarters of Rafi local government area were abducted in the early hours of Wednesday by armed bandits. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, who acknowledged that this is a trying period for the state and indeed Nigeria solicited support of the federal government in rescuing those in captivity.
On Sunday, the 14th of February 2021, where an NSTA force was attacked, which resulted in the abduction of about 40 people, out of which 8 have regained their freedom. The women are still in the hands of their captives, who are presently demanding ransom. It is not our policy as a government to pay ransom to bandits. As we have seen and noted that they use the same ransom to purchase arms and ammunition, while we are making efforts to get the passengers and other victims released. Another incident occurred today, Wednesday, the 17th, 2021, at about 2 a.m. at Government Science College, Kagara, where 27 students, 3 staff, and 12 members of their families were kidnapped. Unfortunately, one student was shot dead. We are deeply concerned at these recent sad events and therefore call on the federal government to deploy all resources while we are looking at all options, both kinetic and non-kinetic, to ensure the safe return of victims of both instances.
Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the armed forces and police to ensure immediate and safe return of all adopted staff and students of Government Science College, Kagara, Rafi local government area of Niger State, following an attack by unknown gunmen on the school. A statement by the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, noted that the President has also dispatched to Niger, to Maine and Niger State, a team of security chiefs to coordinate the rescue operation and meet with state officials, community leaders, as well as parents and staff of the college. President Buhari assured of the support of his administration to the armed forces in the brave struggle against terrorism and banditry and urged them to do all that they can be done to bring an end to this saga and avoid such cowardly attacks on schools in the future. And in the same vein, the Senate has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to declare a state of emergency on security in Nigeria. This followed a motion of urgent public importance by Senator Sani Musa, which condemned the adoption of some students from Government Science College, Kagara in Niger State. The motion condemned the recurring incidents of adopting school children and called for massive joint security operations to rescue the children, fish out the perpetrators, and destroy their hideouts. Meanwhile, the Senate has confirmed the nomination of Agugu Adolphus for appointment as the Auditor General for the Federation. This followed the consideration of the report of the Senate Committee on Public Accounts, where the legislative arm of government harped on the need to ensure the independence of the office of the Auditor General for the Federation. And still talking security matters, 6 governors from the southwest and northern part of Nigeria have appealed to the federal government to map out strategies to address permanently cases of the ethnic conflict in the country. This was the outcome of a security meeting at the instance of Ogun State government held in Abeokuta. Lekon Agbode reports.
A meeting which was at the instance of the Ogun State government following cases of farmers and others conflict in two Yewa communities, Ogun West senatorial districts, where lives were lost and property destroyed, dwelt extensively on the need to initiate ways to address the issue for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians not minding their tribes.
The need for collective action with the people of God, whether as community farmers, tribal owners, fathers, local community leaders, security agencies, to lead against of this criminal. We must learn from what has happened in other states. That's why we are trying to prevent criminality in our forests. There must be a means of either registering the persons that are coming into Nigeria or preventing the movement of cattle.
Farmers, others, and community leaders, especially from the affected areas, agreed that Fulani others in their communities who had been living with them for many years are peace-loving and blamed foreign cattle rustlers for the crisis.
They have kidnapped somebody yesterday. It is these Fulani people that we have been living together that are working with us, with my people, and with policemen in order to look for that person. And we want to appeal to our fellow fathers to shield whatever sword. Don't look them as criminals. They also suffer.
Governor Nta Abeokuta, while commiserating with families of those who lost their lives, said the state government will support victims who lost their property during the clash. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbode, Nta News.
And on the political scene, a two-term governor of Ogun State and Director General, PDP, Atiku Abubakar Presidential Campaign Organization, Otumba Benga Daniel, has joined the ruling APC and has since been officially received by the party leadership at his Asoludero residence, Shagamu in Ogun State. Joy Popola completes the report.
Otumba Benga Daniel, who was received and welcomed into the party by 5 serving governors of the All Progressives Congress (APC) at his Asoludero court, said now is the best time to join the party. According to him, Nigerians need to join hands with the APC to fight the insecurity in the land. He promised to contribute his own quota to nation building, saying the insecurity being experienced across the nation has to be defeated.
But I can assure you that the decision to come and join the APC is a well-considered, well-thought-out decision.
The Ogun State governor praised Nta Abeokuta, his Ondo State counterpart Rotimi Akeredolu, who also doubled as the Southwest chairman of the APC Governors Forum, and that of Niger State, expressed delight.
And the one said, this is where we are going, and you know this election was already held.
What we are doing is not only welcoming to the APC.
I can't tell you how excited I am. Like the other time said, now we have a big fish in the ocean.
The former governor was later given a symbol of the party from Shagamu. Joel Mukwola, Nta News.
In another development, after almost a decade without modern banking services, residents of Imeko are seeking return of banks to the area to boost economic activities of the ancient borderline communities. Correspondent Tope Alabi in this report takes a look at the prospects of returns of bank in the area.
For almost a decade, the people of Imekwa from areas in Ogun West Senatorial District have had to contend with lack of commercial banks for their banking services. This was largely due to the closure of a new generation bank some years back following an attack on its bullion van, killing about 10 persons en route Abeokuta from Imeko.
The complaint they were making then was that they cannot come back because of the road. That the road is just too bad. That if the road had not been bad, the bullion van would not have been stopped. Despite the shooting and whatever that day, they wouldn't have been able to stop the bullion van.
If you want to collect money, we need to go to Abeokuta, and security risk. It's very risk for us. But if you have by a bank here, it will be easy for us to do so many transactions. And at times we have a lot of problem with service.
When we try to go to Abeokuta to withdraw money and come back, they rob us. They just rob us on the road and we'll come home without anything.
Residents have had to avail themselves the opportunity of using different alternatives to do banking activities, and recently the point of sales terminals, also known as POS centers, with several unpalatable experiences.
Whenever I want to collect my money, I need to go to POS, and they are going to deduct charges from it.
We used to collect money right from the POS because since I've grown up, I've learned that there is no system back in Imeko.
We are just managing it because we prefer our government to work on that back. We need bank in Imeko.
Although there is a Bank of Agriculture and a microfinance bank in Imeko, but they are without automated teller machines.
Even if the bank are not coming immediately, they should brought some ATM things to us that we can be using for the meantime. Okay, like if ATMs things are going to be better and everything is going to be okay.
The only thing I think for now is maybe the government should help us with this ATM machine, even if it's only ATM machine that we have for now.
Since 2013, this is the remain of the only new generation bank here in Imeko, and people had to resort to the use of POS for their banking operations. What they are seeking is intervention of those concerned to ensure that there is...
Moving on, in furtherance of Osun government's commitment to the welfare of retired workforce, especially those under the contributory pension scheme, the state governor, Boyega Oyetola, has presented bond certificates to over 963 million naira to 143 state and local government retirees. Joshua Ogunjide completes the story.
Of the total 143 retirees, 69 retired state civil servants and those who retired from high institutions received bond certificates to the tune of 509 million naira. 47 retired primary school teachers received bond certificates worth 404,735,099 naira and 53 kobo, while 27 retired local government staff also received bond certificates of 149,246,530 naira. Governor of Osun State, Boyega Oyetola, asserted that since the inception of his administration, there have been consistency in the prompt and full payment of salaries, allowances, and pension, implementation of the new minimum wage.
So far, we have released about 31 billion naira since 2018, when we came in to cater for the pensioners. These represent about 26 billion for those on the old pension scheme and about 5 billion for those under the contributory pension scheme.
Beneficiaries who are yet to receive theirs are reassured to keep faith and be patient, as the present administration will soon reach out to them.
I'm very happy, I'm very excited that I'm one of the beneficiaries today.
Thus, the need for public servants to generate more revenue internally for the state so as to meet the yearnings of the citizenry, while youth are to imbibe entrepreneurship to subdue unemployment. In Osogbo, Joshua Ogujide, NT News.
And that report from Osun wraps up Channel 12 News. Thank you for watching. I'm Idarisit Adedokun. Bye for now.
JJ has always been my father's hero. So this year, I wanted to do something really special. If I could just talk to JJ, I'm sure he would remember Dad. Mom says never give up. Hello JJ, it's me Victor. My dad's birthday is coming up soon and I want to surprise him. And she was right. I have been looking for you everywhere. Please help me.
happy birthday, JJ. Happy birthday to my life.
My dad is my hero, but now JJ is too.
The best data plans in town. Find your first. Dial *777#.